Welcome to the Love That For Us podcast.
Come hang out with us as we explore a holistic approach to entrepreneurship, wellness, and navigating relationships in adulthood.
We'll be getting vulnerable about life and dishing the business expertise we've learned along the way, interviewing industry professionals,
All while you get your weekly dose of girl talk and heart to hearts. We're your hosts, Carissa Emiko,
and Ashton Brooke.
and this is the Love That For Us podcast.
Hi, guys.
Hello, everyone.
We're in Mexico.
We are.
We're literally in Mexico.
Cheers, my mug.
Cheers. What's in here again?
Water.
Water. Water in a Hotel Black mug.
The vibes are high.
The vibes are high. We have this computer stacked on 2 hotel towels and a speaker.
Bluetooth speaker.
That doesn't work. That's
Correct.
okay. This week, we're literally just going to do a catch us up, a mega catch us up. We've had DMs, texts, asking, begging, what's the update on
With
Tyler and Will?
We love how involved people already are.
The investment
2 days out from our launch.
in Tyler and Will's relationship, dare I say, is more popular than the investment in Ashton and my relationship.
Yeah, and that needs to turn around and
I'm
change.
actually okay with it. Maybe I prefer it.
Oh, well, let's back up before Mexico.
Okay.
I have to update people on
Oh,
the wax.
the wax. Dun, dun, dun.
So, all in all, not traumatizing, but it's because I did the least amount
She just
I
did
could possibly get. Like, just
the smallest
the
bikini
line.
amount.
But here's what I have to say is I have experienced like going to the gynecologist and
Oh,
them
we're
being
going.
like,
This is. I didn't know we
Well-
were going this route.
it's like
We're going medical.
we're going medical for a hot sec because when you get an exam or something, they leave the room and ask you to undress and they come back in. This person,
She asked you to undress in front of her.
she just turned her back and said,
take off your clothes.
take everything off, hop on the bed. And then I expected her to leave the room and she just stayed there
I remember
mixing her wax.
my woman did that too, and I felt uncomfortable. I think the process of getting undressed is intimate in itself, and
Yeah.
they should leave the room.
But it's like, but I thought, why? So that when they open the door and like the hallway's right there, it's not private.
That's true. They open the door and you're spread eagle
so
on
I just hopped up on the bed and she said, go ahead and lay there, your feet at the end of the bed and go butterfly for me. I
and
said,
her back was turned to
yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah. It was
That's
fine. It was
yeah.
just jarring for someone who had never
done that before.
done that before. But all in all, it was fine. Nothing really. It's a little
And
bit.
what about the pain level?
Pain level was like 3 out of 10 because again, I didn't do much. But
I didn't
It's fine.
do much.
so,
Anywho.
we get to Mexico.
Okay, well, first of all, also, if you're watching this, if you're listening to this and you want to watch this, we'll have kind of behind the scene clips of what we're talking about
Yes,
if you watch it on YouTube. But
we have some good visuals from the week.
we have some great vizes.
Right.
That didn't work. Okay, we get to Mexico. Okay, frick. Okay, so I got to Mexico a day earlier than them. I am ashamed at what I'm about to tell you.
Oh, buckle up.
Okay. Okay. Ugh, I'm like embarrassed to tell this story. I feel dumb. We get to the airport. I am aware. My radar's up of like people are gonna try and sell something to me as I'm leaving the airport. I'm like, I have that. I actually did. I don't think I told you that. I did have that thing because
Yeah,
we're just trying to find our driver that we already booked. By the way, if you ever go to Mexico, fly into Cancun, pre-book your this is a hot
Taxi.
tip here. Pre-book your taxi to your hotel because it'll be way cheaper than if you just anyway, travel tips. So we're trying to find our guy and like there's literally a picture of like what our guy is going to look like in the email. He has an orange vest on and like tan pants. We're like, great. So we're going out and this woman kind of stops us and we're like, no, we don't need to buy anything. And she's like, no, we're just going to help you find your guy. And I'm like, kind, you're just going to help me find my guy. So then we get taken over the desk and I told her, I was like, we don't want to buy anything. She's like, no, we're just going to help you find your guy. And they did. They literally had a video. They showed me what to look for. We went outside and then they said, and then the guy started talking about a free breakfast.
The free breakfast. Were you hungry? You just know
he
how
started
like,
talking to us about our week and where we needed a ride to. And then so spoiler alert, we went to a timeshare presentation.
all 4 of us.
All 4 of us.
Day 1 of hanging out.
Went to day 2.
Technically day 2.
We went to a timeshare presentation and we totally got sucked in. Everyone's going to ask, what did they offer you for free? Let me just say, we did not know I did not know I was going to a timeshare presentation. Okay. Didn't know, wouldn't have said
Would
yes.
you say you were bamboozled?
I would say I was bamboozled. So we are told we're going to get a free breakfast at this really nice hotel. And this hotel's a Mexican resort. And it was a beautiful hotel. It
like
was
stunning, brand new.
Stunner. And they were like, you're staying at the Hard Rock, and that's an American resort. This is a Mexican resort. Like, you get to keep the money in Mexico in our economy, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, that sounds great. I literally asked the guy verbatim, what's the catch? And he said, we just want you to come check it out and consider staying with us next time and talk to your friends and family about it. That's the answer I got after I said, what's the catch? Okay. And then they were like, we're going to drive you to your next hotel, which was like an hour away. We're going to pick you up from your Airbnb. We're going to take you to a free breakfast.
I mean,
and that's the catch.
He stacked it up.
Okay. So we get picked up. We have our first day together. Fun, fun, fun. We'll talk about Will and Tyler in a second. Or should we now?
Yeah, let's go back.
Okay.
Because you guys were very excited about everything you learned at the airport that we had to do the next day.
Yes. Pause the timeshare story.
Yeah.
Play the Tyler and Will story.
So we get to the Airbnb we're sharing with Carissa and Tyler, and we all say hello.
Were you nervous? Like,
no.
Oh,
I actually wasn't. Were you? Did you have like feelings?
I don't think so. Well, I did immediately after. Like, not the moment you guys walked through the door, but I was like,
Carissa and I, within 2 minutes of seeing each other, go into the like back bedroom and just like eavesdrop on the guys talking and like the way they're interacting, and
because they were just like
talking. Normal.
They're just like interacting almost like they're normal
Believe
humans.
it or not. So there was nothing awkward. We should not have been nervous for a second.
They actually, I would say if you picked any two random men to hang out together, like Will and Tyler they have so much in common. They have so much random stuff in common, and they have like a very similar sense of humor.
Yes. They're like
buds.
They are. We immediately walked to lunch, and they just like left Chris and I
in
like
the
10
back,
yards behind them in Mexico. I'm like, do you guys care about our
safety?
Like they were chatting, and
it's different if the guys were walking behind us because then they can see what's going on.
No, but they left us.
We could have gotten picked up in a van.
Right.
They wouldn't have known.
So
they matched. They literally, not on purpose, but like Will was wearing a green shirt and black shorts, and Tyler was wearing a black shirt. Okay, yeah, black shirt and green shorts. They were like
twins,
flip flop mismatched. It was
really cute. And that night we went to just the four of us, like a super nice dinner.
That was fun.
And had the best.
And it was like
time.
right on the water in the hotel.
It was like a
Cancun.
bougie Cancun restaurant.
It was beautiful.
And we were probably there like over 2 hours.
We really got a really good table right on the water. And we just like laughed. Oh, we played
trivia.
We played trivia, and Will is the best Alex Trebek, R.I.P.
Yeah.
Alex
Trebek.
Alex. We literally played trivia. Will would like ask us questions, and Tyler, Ashton, Will, and I were just sitting at the table going beep, 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 beep. And we'd have wait for Will to look at us, and Tyler was like, we all respected those rules so hard that we never like stated the rules.
We never said what the rules are, but we knew what they were, and we respected them so quickly. And Will just like picked whoever was first, and we were doing like geography and sports and history, pop culture. It was so funny. Will is literally like a little encyclopedia.
He really is. That was fun.
That was such a good dinner, and we taught them how to. Well, you guys knew how to play Monopoly Deal, but we played a lot of Monopoly Deal.
We didn't know how to play Monopoly Deal at the speed in which Ashton prefers Monopoly Deal is played in.
Okay, in our defense, Will and I literally played. I bet you like 1,500 games of Monopoly Deal between the two of us, and 2 people goes really fast. And then when you have
for Ashton and Will,
or you have 4
2 people goes really fast for Ashton.
Like we can play dead silent and get a game over in 3 to 4 minutes.
TBH, me and Tyler were sitting on the couch watching you two play, and we were like, are they even having fun?
That's scary. No.
They were just like,
we just weren't talking.
Like death stare at their own cards. And yeah.
So we played the 4 of us. It's a super fun game. If you've never played it, you should grab it and learn it. It's
My
a really great
recommendation
card
if you ever play with Ashton is to not go right before her, because then she just stares at you to go
game.
faster.
I did pressure Carissa once or twice to
or
hurry
5 or
up.
6 or 10 times. Give or take.
So yeah, that was a great first day. 10 out of 10.
Boys are bonding.
The boys are bonding.
Boys are bonding. Boys are great.
Then comes the next day.
Then comes the
it
next
turns
day.
into, honestly, our worst day of the week. Solely because the timeshare thing that you did not know.
We
it was
didn't
gonna
know.
be.
And then like we kind of all knew after the beginning when we had to like sign. It was so weird. They asked us all these questions about our lives that were like personal. For a second, I'm like, are you stealing my identity? But then I was like, this isn't actually enough to steal my identity. They were asking really random
so
questions and writing them down, but it was that was odd. And then we were like, okay, we're gonna get our free breakfast, and they were like, and then we're just gonna show you around. And we're like, okay, great. I was like, I want to see the hotel anyway.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, and then we're just gonna do like a presentation and show you some pictures and some deals. That's what they said.
We knew exactly at that
And
point.
then they were like, that's after breakfast. And I was like, okay.
for
and
90
then-
minutes to 2
And then
hours.
they were like, there's a 90-minute presentation after breakfast, which we had to
And-
tour
yeah.
the penthouse. Like, again, the hotel's beautiful, but like,
Oh my gosh, Carissa and I we're getting the tour. And it's
Oh my
like it's
gosh.
like the showroom, and we go outside. We like left the group, and we both sit in this one person hammock, and it just rips to shreds.
in like the nicest, cleanest, because they're like using it to show what the timeshare rooms are like. We broke the
We
hammock.
freaked out, and then we just like left it and walked away, and no one knew.
Are we bad? Like,
No, screw them.
that's true.
They
Screw them.
bamboozled us.
They can get their own.
Yeah.
They literally bamboozled us.
I love that word.
I know, it's a new word of the week.
So, long story shorter,
Okay, so then we go into the presentation room. I've never seen our personalities highlighted quite as much.
my RBF was on the fullest display.
Well, because it wasn't.
Carissa has a video of it. We need to
because
show
it
the video.
It wasn't RBF. It was BF.
It was just BF.
It wasn't like, oops, I don't know. I look like a bitch. It was
No,
like,
I
I'm
was
pissed
so
and I will
annoyed.
glare at you.
Yeah.
So it was like, we're all sitting at the table.
I had sunglasses on the whole time because I was like, I don't even want to make eye contact with this guy.
She didn't take off her sunglasses. I was kind for a second, for a majority. Tyler was a stern no from the beginning. Will was acting like he was trying to sell the other guy a timeshare.
He's like trying to like challenge them, because they're always like, well, would you like to spend a lot of money now or like spend less money over the next 30 years, which you're going to use on vacation?
Right. They're asking like stupid sales
and
questions.
so Will's kind of asking stupid return questions to be
like, you can't
fool me.
Like,
and we're like, Will, literally
Shut up.
not now.
like Will has an Apple Watch and I am
We're texting at
under
the
phone.
table.
I'm like literally texting him.
Stop
Will,
talking.
stop talking. Will, shut up. Will, stop.
But he's not
literally-
looking at it. He's not
literally
looking at his
cut it.
phone. So, anyways, and then eventually Tyler just cuts in. Tyler was steady Eddie.
Let me share my the sexist thing the guy did.
Oh my gosh.
I was okay. So this guy comes and sits down to sell us, right? Total sleazy sales guy, like whatever,
from America.
making all these stupid jokes about how like we're swingers. Like he was like
trying to
testing
be
the
funny.
waters. It was just dumb, and he was not looking at Ashton and I like. Dare I say the entire time since we
No.
sat down. And then, they're salespeople. So they're asking you questions about why you're there. And they literally are trying to use any single information you give them to use back to sell you something, whatever. So they're like, why are you guys here? Where are you staying? Why are you staying there? Blah, blah, blah. And so once I said like, oh, we're on an earned trip with our company because we earned this trip as top earners. And he stopped looking at the guys at that point and then
Turned to
started,
us.
the amount of never have I ever had more eye contact from a man. Like after he found out, oh, you have money too. Like,
Yeah,
it
and I
was
had
so
my
weird.
sunglasses on so that I wouldn't have to, like. He
You're-
looked at me and asked me a question, and I was like, I wasn't listening.
You did say that.
I just like couldn't. I just can't handle the sleazy. Like every joke you're making is so fake and so predictable to try and like warm us up and like
Ugh.
it was so
gross.
annoying.
It
So
was
Tyler
gross.
and Carissa eventually were just like, we were not told we would be here. We aren't going to be buying anything today, and we need to go. Carissa was like, we have an event at 2:30 and we're already late for it. We had no event, but
Good lie. Pulled right
Yeah.
out of my butt.
It was unfortunate.
And I I was like not playing along, but like I was whatever, appeasing their stupid sales presentation for the first hour.
Mhm.
And then after that, I like switched like Jekyll and Hyde. I was like, we have been here 90 minutes. We have to go right now. Like I was like, I got really mad, and they were kind of getting mad back. And I was like,
Yeah.
he was writing on this piece of paper the next offer they were going to give us. And I was like, you don't need to write that down because we're not going to buy it. We're
Let us
going to
save
say
you
no.
time.
And he was like, this is my job. I have to do this. And I'm like, but I'm telling you, I'm not going to buy it. Like, it was so dumb. And at that point, I think the part of me that was kind of appeasing it and playing along was I was like, you get so far in that you're like, I can't leave now because
Right.
they're giving us a discount on our cenotes tour.
Right.
They're giving us a free ride, hour and a
Free
half.
shuttle, which
It
was
was
like
like a
worth
tour.
$150 alone.
Right. A free ride, like the free breakfast, whatever. I felt like if we piss them off and like leave now, they're
Right.
going to be like,
Well, we're not
find your
giving
own
you-
ride.
yeah.
And I was like, oh, then that would have all been for a waste. So there was like a fine
It was
balance.
tough. It was tough.
I felt like a rite of passage. That's what Tyler was saying. He was like, we're
It's
in our
once in your
30s
life.
and
Yeah.
we got stuck in a timeshare presentation. The guy asked us, he was like, did you guys know you were going to be in a presentation? And I was like, no. And he was like, because we usually don't get people like mad at us.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, we had no freaking clue that you were going to trap us in here for hours. Like,
It's so uncomfortable. Like
It's
full
so
body.
dumb.
I was just like tense and like I don't do well with like that kind of conflict. So I'm just like depending on like everyone else essentially to get us out of it while I'm like, I want to shrivel. I want the earth to open and swallow me whole. And I want to get out of this overstimulating sales room.
you maybe said like 3 total words while sitting at that table.
Yep.
Will
sure
said
did.
a total of
300.
more words than the sales guy. That's what Will said. And
He
Tyler
did his
was
best. He was like, I was doing my best. I'm like, well,
doing your best to do what though? To get us out or to prove that?
Will's like he's just too nice to like just shut it down. But we got through it.
Yeah, and Tyler was just like a consistent, steady,
Nope, not interested.
from
not doing
beginning
it.
to end, not interested. We all need a little bit of that going.
So that's
into-
our timeshare story.
We did get the free ride. We did
did
get
get
the
the-
free subpar breakfast. We
and
did,
a discount on our
and we-
cenotes tour, which we did today.
which we did today, which was incredible.
so fun.
It was so good. Wait, did we finish?
Sorry about the background noise.
Yeah,
We're
I
just
don't know if
like
you can hear
in
that.
our resort outside.
Did we do all the stories in order just now? Yeah, we did it. Tyler and Will are friends.
Yep.
Timeshare suck. And now-
Cenotes rock.
Cenotes rock. The end.
If you've never heard of a cenote, it's like there's I think like 8,000 they said in Mexico.
Oh, you were listening. I didn't know
Well, I found it interesting, unlike the timeshare presentation. And they're like, they can be like a mix of like caves and like underground, just like beautiful, like freshwater, like pools that are like in the jungle. Essentially, some of them are like in the jungle or have like limestone around them, like trees growing in and out of them. And so we got to see 4 today.
that. 5.
Oh,
4 stops, 5 cenotes. Remember the double stop?
I do.
I
Oh
did.
my gosh, the kayak, we got to go kayaking.
It was cool, you guys. Honestly, it was like touristy.
Yeah.
It's nowhere near like, ooh, you stumbled upon a natural
No.
cenote. I mean, it is natural, but like
We're in a
honestly,
group.
I was impressed with the utilities. Like,
Oh my gosh, the bathrooms were stunning.
The first bathroom we went to, Ashton and I were like, I don't want to go in there. Like, I'll pee somewhere else. And then the second bathroom, I was like, that was a great toilet
it's like
in the middle
beautiful
of the jungle.
for a jungle bathroom.
Yes,
On a
And-
tour guide.
And so it was a tour, but it was like X cenotes.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's a common one here, and I honestly would recommend it to anybody.
Yeah.
My only what's the word? My only
Qualm?
I never say
love
that
the word
word. Is
qualm.
that QUALM?
Yeah.
Qualm. Wow.
It's like
okay.
hesitation.
Yeah. My only issue.
Keep listening to this
Qualm,
podcast
qualm.
for more
Qualm.
extensive
My only
words to add to
qualm
your vocabulary.
is the amount of time. We wanted like 30
Mhm.
more minutes at each cenote, which like
Yeah.
you're going to 5. So I know there's other tours where you go to 1 or 2 and you spend a lot more time. So that was cool that we got to see a lot, but I did just want to like
The 4 of us straggled a lot because we
were
wanted
always
to soak it up.
we were always the last one out. They did never rush us though, which was really
No.
nice. And
Make sure-
the other qualm I have is that you had to keep your life vest on, which I get it, liability, whatever.
And like
but
we needed it. I mean, we were swimming a ton, but it's ugly.
in some
for
of them,
photos.
we're trying to take vibey content, and your branded life
Yeah.
jacket is ruining it. But it was fine. Really beautiful. We got to zip line into some. We got to.
Oh, we did so much zip lining. It
We
was
did so much zip lining.
fun.
We got to kayak. We got to swim through like a
We
really long
rappelled
one.
down into the cave.
Yes, that was crazy with bats. Like,
Oh,
it
a
was
lot
so
of bats.
cool. Will almost got hit by a bat and like ran into the wall and like
Will
was
scarred his
bleeding.
back.
I'm like, what happened to
We
your back?
have to show the video if you're watching this on YouTube of Will's video. He like tries to do the zip line move
Oh.
and like ends up with his feet up in the air and his head is stuck underwater.
So there's like options with how you can. There's like you can sit, you can Superman, you can go upside down, and Will Superman. So like the band is around your stomach, and you like jump off, and he like lost his balance, so he flipped forward.
It was and we have it all on video.
and he goes straight into the water, and his two little feet are just straight up in
And
the air.
Everyone around, like not people in our group, were dying laughing.
Like, just
everyone erupted in
Echoing
laughter. It was
laughter.
so funny.
It was really good.
And he was not injured, so
yeah, wouldn't have been funny if he was injured. I was really scared to go upside down, but I did.
you did it. We both did upside
It
down.
was exhilarating, and I wish I could have gone upside down.
We did
a million
like
more
sloth
times.
style.
My bottoms, you guys.
Oh.
I swear, multiple people saw my full bare butt. Like, I did the Superman, and so like you're sliding into the water like horizontal,
Mhm.
very fast, and my bottoms literally like ripped off.
Carissa
Like,
just looks at me with like sheer terror, like my bottoms are off. I have my tour guide just saw my full butt.
like because he's up top, and I think there were only two guys up there, but I was like, I at one point head in the water, feet in the water, bare ass in the air, like for 2 seconds. I don't think anyone could see it because there was like
It
water
was
splashing
so
around.
funny.
But I have a terror story I'll tell another time of having to be bottomless in the middle of the ocean in Hawaii and
Oh,
having to
gosh.
wait for somebody to get in giant waves. And I had like actually a little panic moment because I couldn't feel my bottoms. I don't think I told you this, around my ankles. I thought I lost my bottom to the cenotes and I was going to be naked. I was really scared
Plot
of that for a
twist,
second.
she's okay.
And I had to reach down. They almost fell off, like legit almost fell off. And that would have been sad, but it didn't happen. So
Some good moments today.
but that was really fun. I'm
It
really
was so
glad. I'm really
fun.
glad we did the tour.
And the rest of the time we've just been like
Highly recommend. And then
chilling.
we've been hanging out a lot with our friend Kristen.
and her
Shout out
husband
Kristen.
Adam.
And-
They're so fun.
And the boys. It's like
boys
the boys
are literally perfect for each other. Like could not have dreamt up a better group.
You know
when you go on a trip and you like don't know if like you're gonna get along with people, and especially like your partners, you're like they've never met.
Right.
Like there's just this big question mark. We struck gold and
We
we hit the
did.
jackpot and we've had the best time. We've like
been
gone to
calling
dinner.
us. We have a different. It's 6, special 6, solid 6,
And
What are
then we're the core
Sacred 6, core 4. Yeah, the core 4. So it's been good.
All in all, it's been so good. So much good quality time.
Qual time.
Not
qualm time.
Not a qualm.
Qual time. Short for quality.
So yeah, we just wanted to do a quick episode for like catching
Catch
you up, and
We left you on a lot of cliffhangers, a lot
Right.
of waxing cliffhangers. Will our partners be friends cliffhangers?
And I'm already always sad that we don't live near each other. But now that Tyler and Will just like
I
hit it off, like
know.
they could literally spend so like. Oh, and we're at the Hard Rock Resort, so you can literally rent out like electric guitars. And the boys rented out separate guitars, brought them up to our terrace, and they were just jamming. Like it's so cute because they're both really good musicians. Tyler made our intro music. If we haven't said that on here,
Shout out Sanskrit Hotel.
so this has been cute. And now I'm just that much more sad we don't live near each
I
other.
know, but it did make me excited for future vacations together because I was like, okay, we're good vacationers
Oh, yeah,
together, so
For sure.
we can do it.
The nerves are far gone.
Yeah.
But we are going to go to dinner right now. So that's our Mexico catch up.
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.